Hi guys, I'm about to transform this mush into something a bit more presentable. So first things first, I've got a fresh face and I'm going to use Dr. Dennis Gross Alpha Beta Ultra Gentle Daily Peel. Now these come in 2 different pads and this is the first pad, and this exfoliates and smooths my skin. And I leave that on for 2 minutes. So then I'm just popping on the second pad, and it is an anti-aging neutralizer, and getting ready for my moisturizer next. So I'm going to mix 2 products together. The first one on the left is the Kiehls Super Multi Corrective Broad Spectrum SPF 30 Moisturizer. Now it already has an SPF, so there's no real need to pop on the next product into it, but I do love the Darphin Environmental Lightweight Shield, which is an SPF of 50, and it will override the SPF of 30, and I also really love the glow that this gives my skin. Popping on Kiehls Youth Dose Eye Treatment underneath the eye area, and this will smooth out any lines or any open pores, so when I put on my concealer, the concealer will remain smooth and intact all day long. You've absolutely seen me use this product a million times and I adore it on my skin. So it is the Rimmel Lasting Radiance Concealer. It's really lightweight, it has a little bit of a glow to it, and it covers up as much as I want it to cover up. And it makes the skin look super natural, which is my ultimate favourite. And the colour is Ivory, because I'm a whitey. I really gently kind of blend it onto the surface of the skin, and then I pat it also, because I find that patting it really secures it onto the skin itself. Just showing you guys that my face, neck and chest all match. Just showing you where my pigmentation is, and I'm going to conceal further with a separate concealer. It's a YSL All Hours Concealer in the shade 0.5, and that will get rid of any pigmentation, so that my blusher looks perfect and there's no undertones. And next we have my under eye concealer, which is It Cosmetics by Undereye in the shade 10.5 Light. I pop it onto my hand and I use my finger to rub it into my hand to generate a little bit of heat, and that makes the product way more easy to blend underneath the eye. So just popping it anywhere that I want it to go. I like to put it on the lids too, to prime pre-eyeshadow, down the corners of the nose, and that actually adds highlight as well. So whenever I'm contouring my nose, it'll be a cleaner finish on the corners. Just showing the difference between the two. And now I'm using the last bit that's on my hand on my chin. Again, it acts like a highlight in the center of the chin where the light bounces off. Just adding more dimension to the face. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to contour my face with Tom Ford's Shade and Illuminate in Intensity 0.5. I'm going to use a blank canvas brush for this, and I'm starting off on the cheekbone. This is a really subtle bronzer, guys, and it just gives the skin a really lovely sheen as well. So I'm going down the jawline just to make it more sharp, and on the chinny chin chin. I like to contour my nose, but only very lightly. So I'm doing the sides, the tip of the nose, and then I go for the bridge just to finish it all off. There we go. So next we have another iconic product that I shake beforehand. We have the Sandler Watercolour Liquid Blush in the colour Petal. I'm popping it onto my hand, small amount does, and then I'm using my fingers to pop it onto both cheeks. And also I blend it in with my fingers too, by patting very gently. Works way better than a brush. So now I'm going to pop on Charlotte Tilbury's Beauty Light Wand in the colour Spotlight. I'm popping it onto my hand first and then using my finger to put it on. Gives me more control. I'm a control freak. So I'm building the product up until I get the reflection that I want. I'm liking it. My powder of choice today is MAC Mineralized Skinfinish in the colour Light Plus. And I'm only going to apply it with a fibre optic brush, also from MAC, literally the places that I don't want shine. So that's the chin, the nose, the corners of the nose, the upper lip, and the middle of the forehead. No point in putting it anywhere else because that would defeat the purpose of all my beautiful dewy products. I'm going to set the concealer as well that I popped on underneath the eye and onto the eyelid too. Now time for the brows. So I'm going to use my current favourite pencil, which is a Kiehls pencil, and it's called Eyebrow Sculpt. It's an angle pencil. So I tend to brush the brows first, and then I use the flat part of the angle to do some definition in the eyebrows. The shade itself is 03, and I pointed to my hair there to show that the colour is very close to my hair colour at the moment, which helps. So I'm going to use the PLouise Secret Sinner palette, and the colour that I will use for my eyebrows is a colour called Fling, with an angle brush, just to fill in any gaps that I may have missed with my eyebrow pencil. Just a really soft way of filling your brows in additionally. Now I'm holding two pencils, two Essence pencils, a berry and a chocolate colour, and my NYX Epic ink liner. And I'm going to start off with the berry colour from Essence, and that's going to go nearly halfway underneath my eye. I'm going to keep going at it in one direction until I get the colour payoff that I want. And next I'm going to use the chocolate brown colour, and that is going to go on my upper lash line, starting from the outer corner, working my way in. Again, I use these pencils going in one direction only for the best colour intensity. And as you can see, I'm going right into that lash line. I'm following it all the way in to the inner corner. Also, these pencils are 14 hours plus of wear, which is pretty incredible. Here I'm tackling the corner flick of the pencils where the lower lash line meets the upper lash line and getting my feline flick. I'm just going back over the upper lash line again to build up colour, and now you can see me pointing to that blank bit in between the pencil and the eyelashes, and I'm going to fill that in now with my NYX Epic ink liner, which is what I always do because I'm not a fan of the gaps. Back to our PLouise Secret Sinner palette, and I'm going to pop on the colour Obsession with the colour Love Shy onto my pencil eyeliner, just to make it a little bit more concentrated in colour, actually a lot more concentrated in colour, and to even out any gaps that may have been created whilst putting on the pencil. This is one of my most favourite things to do, guys, and it lasts all day. And whatever's left on my brush, I just pop it on top of the berry pencil, just to intensify the colour underneath also. So let's clean up under the eye and sharpen that liner even further. So I'm going to use a little bit of my Bye Bye Under Eye from It Cosmetics with a synthetic brush and just sharpen the eyeliner and add some natural highlight that will just define the edge underneath that flick. This again is one of my favourite steps to do. It just makes everything really seamless and clean underneath the flick that you spent so much time on. Next part, I'm going to tightline underneath my upper lash line with NYX Epic ink liner in black. This is also waterproof, and for me this is a great alternative if you don't want to put any black kohl pencil into your lower lash line. It just adds another level of intensity, which I totally dig. Let's move on to some eyeshadow, shall we? So I'm going to use the colour S&M from the palette with a white fluffy brush, and literally starting from where the eyeliner kind of ends and really, really lightly buffing that into the socket. Circular motions as well as side to side movements. Most of the colour concentration will go in the socket because that's where I want the depth to be. Again, I'm just blending it out. Moving it a little bit higher because I can do that with my eyes. Going to buff that really gently under the eye, same colour, which is the S&M colour, with a white fluffy brush, just to have a really soft flush of colour. And just back into the socket ever so slightly. So I have S&M on everywhere, and now I'm just going to build up some depth into the bridge of the nose and underneath the eyebrow, which is something that I like to do to me. And just again blending on the outer parts of the socket, making sure it's all seamless. Putting some Charlotte Tilbury Spotlight just underneath the arches of the brows, so when in daylight there'll be a nice soft glow directly in those points. Putting it into the inner corners too. I originally used my finger, but then I swapped over to a synthetic brush, worked much better for me. Next, my favourite part, well, one of my most favourite parts, that's the curling of the eyelashes and the applying of the mascara. The eyelash curlers are Tweezerman eyelash curlers, which are amazing, and I'm giving my eyelashes a couple of different squeezes in the center and near the tip of the lash, and then I'm going to apply Lancome's Monsieur Big mascara, which is a waterproof mascara. I find waterproof mascaras are incredible for holding a curl. I have really straight eyelashes, so this mascara keeps that curl, again, all day long. All day long, all day long. Okay, sorry, getting a bit carried away with myself. So these are just finishing touches, really. I find that once I do a little bit of eyeshadow, I will look at my liner and the edges won't be as concentrated as I'd like them to be. I'd like them to pop out more, so simply I'm just dipping my angle brush back into some water and back into that Love Struck colour from the PLouise palette, and yeah, I'm happy with that now. Extending the flick ever so slightly too. Lips, guys, lips next. So Charlotte Tilbury again, this is one of her best-selling lip liners called Pillow Talk, and I am literally popping it onto the lip line. And then I'm going to fill in the lip itself, because again, it will add more coverage and colour concentration. And it's a wrap. Just going to pop on a little bit more of the Chantecaille Calypso lipstick and I am good to go. Have a great weekend, everybody, and let me know what you think of talking over versus talking through. Take care.